Hey, praise the Lord. I'm home now. I'm back at my apartment. Um, I couldn't stay at Henry House because he in a senior building and they got limited days that he can have visitors. He thought they changed the policy over there, but the landlord getting on him. They can't. I know over here, they got rules over here too. You can't have guests over here over 5 days. You have guests over here over 5 days, it gotta be on your lease. Yup. It's housing is subsidized housing based on your income. It's not Section 8 voucher. It's um income based. Yup. It's not the projects. It's subsidized housing, private housing. Yo, anyway, oh my God, what's this, day 3, day 4, day 4 at my husband's funeral. My husband's funeral was on Martin Luther King holiday, the 19th, January 19th. But yeah, y'all, more I think of everything. They went against his will. They went against my husband's will. He went against what he wanted. He should have wrote it down. He told me, he was trying to tell me what he wanted over the years. Now I know. I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. I thought he was crazy. I didn't believe Elliot. But now since he dead and gone, I believe everything he was trying to tell me over these 23 years. His family crazy as fuck. His mother is sick. Henry said, when we got there, me and Henry got there early at 9:30. The wake was supposed to be at 10 o'clock. And the funeral was supposed to be at 10:30. We got there at the mobility. On my mobility ride, we got there at 9:30. And gradually, the family got there. Y'all, in that crowded room. Y'all, he went against his wishes. Now I see why he murdered me, why he went along with my mother, why the things went the way that it did, and why he did not want me to meet his friend, even though his mother lived right up the street on Kenwood Avenue. She lived right on the 500 block of Kenwood, right on Kenwood Avenue. And I live walking distance from there. Wasn't no excuse. He ain't want nothing to do with Joy either, because he knew how Joy was going to turn out. When I had a miscarriage, when Elliot stressed me out and caused me to miscarry at Mercy Hospital, he knew that. Y'all, that whole funeral, it went against his wishes. It went against his wishes. He knew what kind of wife I am. He knew what kind of woman I am. He knew I had a good heart. He knew when he met me at First Apostolic Faith Church, he knew he prayed, Prey, predator. You my wife, you shining. Okay. Y'all, even my sister Indira said that he knew what kind of wife you are, Crystal. That's why he never divorced. They went against his wishes. He ain't want he ain't want his mother, even though he was on drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, even though he was out there, the way he was doing bisexual, having sex with men and women and doing this thing out there. And when he got old, he went back to his evil ass mother house up on Kenwood Avenue. He ain't want to go there. He wanted to stay with me, with his wife. He was trying to work things out with me, despite how he abused me and abandoned me and abandoned his daughter. But he was out there. He was doing hard drugs and covered hard drugs. Just like Josh was, and me and my naive self, I did not know. I'm thinking he was doing alcohol and smoking weed. Yo, I don't know but nothing about that shit because I don't do it. I don't smoke. I don't smoke cigarette. I don't drink. I'm not gay. I'm not lesbian. I'm not none of that shit. Y'all, I'm not bisexual. I don't go both ways. I don't do none. Okay. The whole thing. When I tried to have him here, at time when he was living in the room on Oliver Street, and I went up there and I took a video of that his room. It was horrible. I mean horrible. Looked like a hoarder. Y'all, I wish I kept that video. Y'all, that was horrible. And I said he could stay, but then he went against my rules and almost got me evicted out of here. Y'all, almost got me in trouble. I talked to him. My son's father, Henry, talked to him. Y'all. But, when you got somebody that's a drug addict, that's dangerous. Ain't no talking. You can't talk to him. Even when he went in rehab, when I was in the hospital, and him and Joy kept it a secret. Y'all. And Joy was traveling all around the country and shit, going to Florida, going to Texas, going to California. Left my ass in the. She did me the same way that Elliot did me when I had the miscarriage. Before I married him. Y'all, left me at Mercy. He left me at Mercy Hospital and I had to walk home. Y'all. And hear me right about Joy. You know what? She's so much like Elliot. Tall like him. She looked like me, but she act just like her father. She act just like her father and his family. And she gonna be, when she married, whatever. Oh my God. When she had kids and stuff, y'all. What can you do? What can you do? Y'all, that was not his will. His will, what he wanted was that be respected and be honored and not be overlooked and not be abused by his family. He was sexually abused as a child by his family. He was rejected all his life by his mother, rejected by his father, and abused, sexually abused, just like I was. I was sexually abused at 4 years old. Y'all, y'all, they gonna get everything that they did to Elliot, all that shit that they did to Elliot. Woo, all that shit that they did. Y'all, you know what? It's not even about me. It's not about me and what they did to me and Joy and shit. Oh no 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 no. Oh no 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 no. All this shit that they covered up. Oh no. Oh hell to the no. Mm-mm. He wanted he wanted to be left alone. He wanted to be respected and honored and not overlooked. That's why they did to me what they kept doing to Elliot over there. And he said he was trying to kill him. He told me that. He told me that last year and in 2024. And I was so frustrated with him about him not being a husband and a father, a decent father. I was so frustrated at him that I didn't listen. Even the letters that he sent me, y'all, the cards, the letters, y'all. The only way he would have survived, he would have survived in his 70s and 80s. He would have outlived their evilness. Cause my goal was to leave Maryland altogether. I was ready to leave the whole state of Maryland. Y'all, it wasn't that he should have had a private. You know what? Like I said in my other motherfucking video, you know, they wouldn't have been included in nothing. His family and them, they wouldn't have been involved at all. Now, Joy wouldn't have even been involved. I'm his wife. I'm Elliot's widow and Elliot's wife. I would have had the last say in everything. It wouldn't have been no funeral. They did not deserve that. None of them. They did not deserve no control over him. They abused him and caused him to. They killed him. Ain't I always say? They stressed him out and killed him, y'all. It wasn't. You know what? They wouldn't have found out shit until they wouldn't have had no control over nothing. They would got his ashes, whatever, after I made a decision, because I know for a fact he wouldn't have wanted that. He would not wanted it, not like that, not in that way. Irregardless of who showed up, well, no, you know what? They wasn't there when we got married, and I know why. When we went to the courthouse and got married, and he told me they had the best man to show up, and that person didn't show up. So you know what? Elliot kept me on the down. He kept me on the down low. And his friends on the street said, man, stop treating her like, put your arm around her. Stop doing her like that. Reprimanded Elliot at Lexington Market. Y'all, it's sad. It is sad. He was a victim. Elliot was a victim and hurt people, hurt other people. They victimize other people. Criminal, narcissist people, they victimize other people. Y'all, it's your fault. With Joy, it's your fault. You should, you know what? That's not what your father wanted. That's not what Elliot wanted. That is not what he wanted. She don't know her father. Like Charles said, don't know from a can of paint, y'all. She don't fucking know her father. I know him. I know him intimately. I had sex with the motherfucker. I had a child. I got pregnant by him twice. I had children by 2 kids by him. 2 children by him. I had a miscarriage and I had Joy. I know I know him when he allowed Joy to be in foster care. And Joy was Miss King and her husband, and then she was with Charles' family. And then she with the Jamaican family. Y'all. And I went through all that shit. All of that. The stuff that I didn't know that Elliot hid, he did that for my protection. He did it for my protection. It wasn't about no fucking Joy. He did that for his wife's protection. He did that. He did that because he knew I had a good heart and I'm innocent. He wanted me as his wife, but he didn't know how to be a husband. And two, he knew how strong I am. He knew I don't take no shit. I don't take no shit off of no fucking body. And Charlotte, that bitch, man, damn. You know what? Even in that, I know for a fact Elliot would not want Charlotta to have control over anything. Whether they had the money to pay for anything, like, y'all. What they should have did flat out was by him staying over his mother's house. Give me the copy of the insurance. Contact me. Come right down here. They ain't want to do that. Come down here. Or they had to even knock on the door. Like I said, they could have put the information under my door, like how the landlord do. When I pay my rent, they put the receipt under my door. That's all the fuck they had to do. Like Joe witnesses do. They knock on your door, and when you not at home, they put the thing under the door. They were doing it in the 80s, in the 70s and the 80s, before I got this fellowship. I remember that shit when you not at home and they put a little note on the door. We'll return back. Y'all, so dead. Charlotte's daughter, I don't know what the fuck her name was. That light skinned girl. I don't know her. I don't know her. And she asked me at the funeral, "Are you okay?" She knew I didn't know her ass. She knew that shit. Y'all, going against her uncles. That's not what he wanted. He ain't want nothing to do. Elliot, Elliot was about. Elliot was a victim. He was about peace. He ain't want to be bothered. He ain't want all that. They abused him, and he knew it. He was a victim. Them women abused him. The men in the family didn't protect Elliot from a little boy. They ain't protect him. He ain't had nobody to go to. Who could he go to? He couldn't come to me. He couldn't go to his family. He couldn't go to the men in his family. He couldn't go to his brother. He couldn't go to Nathaniel. He couldn't go to Nate about that shit. He couldn't go to no uncles. He ain't had no male pastor. He ain't no man pastor to go to. And the women pastors, you can tell they was controlling him too. You can tell that. They wanted me to bounce around with Elliot, with Joy, with the baby. And they knew they knew his background. And even in death, the lady that did the eulogy, I was there at the funeral home, but the funeral home director put me in another room like I was on a timeout. Y'all. So I ain't hear none of I ain't hear nothing. The only time that that preacher talked to me was when we were walking down the aisle. Like what Jasper said, like a damn wedding. Y'all, like the wedding that me and Elliot didn't have. Like the wedding that me and Elliot didn't have. Y'all. And that fuck shit that they did to me. Y'all. And they want to act like I didn't have no right to react to that. Joy said, not here. Y'all. You know what? Even if I would have said, you know what, this funeral is canceled. Y'all leave. Everybody leave. Everybody. I'm the wife. This is not what he wanted. Y'all going against his wishes. This funeral is canceled. If y'all proceed, you going against what he wanted. You going against what his wife wanted. You going against what his wife wanted as next of kin. Y'all wanted me to sign, just now, you wanted me to sign papers for him to be cremated, but you going to ignore me and disrespect me and dishonor me and walk past me and shun me. As of right now, as of 10:30, there is no damn funeral. There is no funeral. There is none. You got your money. Y'all got your money. The funeral director got paid. Y'all. And Henry said he noticed everything like a police officer. He noticed that his mother dressed in regular clothes, street clothes. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said she came in there in a cane with a cane. Came in there when me and Henry came in there. We came in there first with nobody in that fucking room. We were the first one there. Then it was Elliot's mother. And I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, I noticed everything because I said, I ain't see all that. He said, yeah. She came in there with street clothes. Like she had clothes right out the house. Like she just came out her bed. I said, what? I said, that is disrespectful. He said, yeah. I said, you know what? You know what? And I came there. Y'all saw what I wore. I had that Renaissance black and white dress looking like a prince. Even Henry said, they were jealous of that shit. Said, Crystal, you look good. Because Henry ain't seen me in a while. He ain't seen me, but I lost a lot of weight. I lost 40 pounds. I was 175 pounds. I lost 40 pounds. Since I had the stroke and the heart surgery, I lost weight. Y'all, and y'all saw what I wore. And Henry said, don't wear that black and white Afro wig. He came here early. He came here early at 7 o'clock in the morning. And we had breakfast and stuff. And then we caught Mobility. And Mobility picked us up at 9 o'clock. Y'all. And Henry said, don't do that because I don't want them laughing at you. They immature. He said, don't do that. So I had to change. I put that African head wrap on with them 2 flowers on it. And that still looked nice. And Henry said, yeah, that looked good. That looked good. That looked nice. Y'all. Even in that, that's all I could do is, all I could do is trust God. God gonna get their asses. God already dealing with their asses. Cause He knows shit that God knows shit that I don't know. God knows Elliot. God knows what was in Elliot's spirit, my husband's spirit. God knows what my motives and what my intentions are, y'all. And He getting all of them, all the justice, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I will repay. I ain't gotta do a motherfucking thing. I ain't gotta do shit. I ain't gotta defend Elliot. I ain't gotta defend me. I ain't gotta defend myself. Oh no. They old as fuck anyway. Oh no. Y'all. I would think, I would think it too. As the days go by, I would think it too. Had I not had no children by Elliot, and we got married and had no kids, had no children. Because I already had children before I met Elliot. Had I not had no children by him, none. And his family was still doing the same thing. His family would, because they hated Elliot. They rejected Elliot and they hated him. This thing had nothing. This thing had nothing to do with me. They hated that. They hated that man. They didn't give a damn about Elliot. They didn't care about him. It didn't matter who he was with. But it was Joan. He ain't married Joan ass. Joan fucking died. And the other girlfriend that Elliot had, that bitch died too. And I'm the one that outlived all the women that he was with. All the men and the women that Elliot fucked around with. That he did drugs with, smoke with, did weed with. Y'all, y'all, I, I, I done outlived all of them. Outlived Elliot, outlived the people that he was fucking around with me on. Y'all, that shit set. Outlived his father. That's why he came back. Said my father died. I said, and but now I see why he came to me about this shit. He said, I just want you to know my father died. My father just died. And he was telling me about the friend arranged with his father and the California thing and how Charlotte, y'all, he was telling me about this shit. I was like, you know what? That was his way of reaching out to me to tell, because he needed somebody to talk to. And he couldn't talk to his family about it. He like, let me at least try to talk to my wife. And though he knew I was mad, like, he said, let me take that risk and talk to Crystal about this shit. I need somebody to talk to about this. Y'all, that was not, had I known this, I would have had a I don't know, go to a lawyer or had it written down, had a will written down, date it and write it down and have our signature, Crystal Dixon, Elliot Dixon. Put it in, put that shit in right. This what you want. And if it's not executed the way you want, this is what I want as your next of kin. This is what I want in your behalf. And why? To protect your name. Because that's what a wife is. A wife is a helpmate, an advocate, a help. Y'all, a man and woman, a man will leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and the two become one. Y'all, one flesh. Despite us being separated in different homes, we were still spiritually connected. Despite all that. That's why he ain't want to get no divorce. Because he ain't want to be alone. He ain't want to be alone in all that. Now I see how dare they? How dare they? And I didn't, I know that was God because I did not say everything, I did not say the full truth, so help me God. I did not say the full truth. The full truth of what they were doing. And now I see with that smirk that his mother, y'all, that narcissistic smirk, her and Charlotta, y'all. Because Elliot would do the same shit with that smirk. But he had the drug, a narcissist's eyes turn black. Y'all, Oh my God. Witches and warlocks. Witches and evil, evil demons. Y'all, day by day, I'm getting over this day by day by day. This like a hit and run. It's like a car accident. It's like it's complex PTSD. It's like being hit with a bull, being hit by a tractor trailer, and you on the damn street bleeding and shit. It's like that. It's like the Good Samaritan story. It's like being robbed and beat up and having motherfuckers, having the priests and stuff walk over top of you and walk on the other side of the goddamn street. Y'all, it's like that. It feel like being, this is worse than Jehovah Witness. It's worse than excommunication, shun, remove, whatever the fuck they live. It's worse than that. It's worse than what I went through with CPS. It's worse than that. It's worse than it's worse than how I was treated in United Baptist Church. It's worse than that shit. Y'all, being a member of United Baptist Church for 33 years of my motherfucking life. Y'all, it's worse than that shit. And being rejected. Y'all, even Henry say this shit. I'd rather go to United than to go to that funeral. Henry said, I'd rather go to the morning service, go to the 7 o'clock service and 10 o'clock. I'd rather go to 2 services at United than to go to that funeral. Y'all. Now that's a damn shame. That's a shame right there. That's a shame before God. That's a shame before God. I bet you if I was still a member at United, I bet you if Elliot died while I was still a member of United, I bet you, because he went to United with me at the 7:45 service. Back when back when I was trying to work things out with Elliot, when he had the big bug thing in his place, and I said you can stay with me until you get on your feet, get your shit together. And we went over there. We went to church together. We went to church together. And I bet you, despite how Pastor Solomon did me, despite how United, despite how y'all with Burley Jones fucking did, despite how the intercessory prayer team, despite how the motherfuckers in United, I bet you they I bet you they would be there or try to. But then again, I don't know, because I let Pastor Solomon know. I called the church office number right after Elliot died, and he didn't get in touch with me. The pastor y'all didn't get fucking touch with me. So I don't know. But still. But y'all, all them churches that I done contacted, all the people that I done contacted after he died, and they wasn't there. So he was rejected. Y'all, that's a damn shame. That's a motherfucking shame. That's not what he want. I know for a fact that's not what he wanted. He wanted to be left alone. He wanted to be respected and honored. He wanted his name and his character respected. He still ready. He disabled, schizophrenic, affective disorder, bipolar, drug addict, bisexual, gay, whatever. He still wanted to be respected. He still was a child of God. No matter how his mother gaslighted him and abused him and rejected him and exploited him physically, sexually, mentally, and emotionally abused Elliot. Abandoned him, took her vindictiveness and her evilness because of what his father did to her, and took that out on him. She ain't take that out on Nate. And then again, I don't know. I don't know. They a shady, evil ass family. They shady as fuck. But from what I see, from what I saw at that funeral, and I just meeting them motherfuckers for the first time, y'all. What could he do? What could he do? They made so that he ain't know what to do. He ain't know how to defend himself. He ain't know. Y'all. And Joy want to act grown. Joy got the titties and the ass like a grown woman, but she talk like a little girl, talk like a teenager. Just like Henry said, I ain't hear all of that. I hear all of it because I was too mad. But Henry said, but Joy said, "Oh, you still look the same." And Henry held back. Y'all, I knew that was God. Because Henry said, "Crystal, I want to tell her, you ain't changed either. You look like a grown woman, but you talking like a little girl." Man. And when Henry saw, when we was sitting up front, and they had us sitting on the front row with his evil, after we just saw Elliot body for the first time. And Elliot was not Elliot, but Henry was getting mad. Henry was like, talking under his breath, but but his voice got loud. He got a loud voice. He said, they ain't showing you no respect, Crystal. They ain't talking to you. And you the widow, they ain't talking to you. And I was like, shh, be quiet. Y'all, you know what? I should let him go off. I should let the lion roar. Cause we both Leos. I'm not into Zoya, but Henry's birthday on August the 19th, and mine is August the 21st. And we both Leo. Y'all, I should let the lion roar. Go right on ahead. Go right on ahead. Say what you guys say as his friend. Because he said, I'm Elliot's friend. Y'all, go right on here. Go right on here and speak up. And, and Henry said, I didn't even know, I didn't even recognize that, but I thought she was a lady. I didn't recognize her. I said, yeah, I forgot that you ain't seen her platform and stuff. It's different than meeting her in person, ain't it? He said, yeah, y'all, the fuck, y'all. It's a whole nother vibe. It's a whole, it's a whole nother vibe. Y'all, okay. I knew Henry, y'all. I knew Henry was playing like my bodyguard. He being like Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner, the bodyguard, y'all. Protecting me from them demons. Y'all. Mm. Yo. Even my son Josh was saying it, said, let Henry go with you. He protect you like a bodyguard. Y'all. And I'm glad I had a chance to, I'm glad that I stayed over Henry house, because I'm telling you, that ain't no lie. I felt like I wanted to slip my wrist or get a gun or something. I wanted to kill myself. And I ain't felt like that in years. And that was the devil. That was the devil in them. That was the demons in them. Them demons in his family and his mother in them. Y'all, it took me spending 2 days over Henry house to be protected. And I'm staying over and Henry feeding me, cooking for me, cooking breakfast, feeding me, cooking dinner for me. Y'all. And we talking all this stuff out of what we saw, what we experienced at the friend, talking it all out. Me making video at his house, me crying. Y'all. Let me get off of here. And thank y'all for y'all prayers and y'all condolences. Thank y'all for y'all support. I'm telling you, it ain't easy. It ain't gonna be easy. It just happened. It ain't gonna be easy. I'm gonna be patient with myself. I'm gonna heal. Yeah, I wound deeply, and I heal slow. Just like how I do physically. When I had surgery, it took me a while. It took me a while to heal up. When I had the heart surgery and they to drain the fluid from my heart, it took a while. Same thing for the stroke that I had. It took me a while, and that's why I'm on mobility. Because when I went to the mobility office and they did interview with me and stuff, and a lady asked me psychological questions, and I told her I had blackouts. I had, when I'm around, I fall, I faint. I had PTSD, I black out. And she said, she asked me certain questions. I said, yeah, this and this and that. And then she said, you should get a ladder in certain weeks. And it went through. Eligible for mobility for some years, y'all. Anywho, but thank y'all. Thank y'all. I know y'all see my Cash App thing on the profile. Y'all can give a love gift. You want to, fine. But your prayers Your prayers is what I need. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for that. That's the support right there, is your prayers. Y'all, oh my, y'all prayers. That's what's keeping me together, holding me together, keeping me in peace. You know, that's what's showing me love, y'all. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I know when people sincerely love me and really praying for me. I know. Because I can feel it in the spirit. I can feel it in the middle of the night. I can feel, ooh, when I get hopeless or I feel overwhelmed, I can feel somebody praying. Y'all, let me get off of here. Get off of here. I'm doing okay. I'm eating slowly, drinking water, tea, and I'm don't slowly. All right. Be blessed.